Hello there, my name is Shubham Rajput and today we are going to see how China, despite of having the advantage of more number of military weapons and equipments, still cannot think of dominating the Indian army. Please watch this video till the end because I've been working on it for 7 days now, and also because you will get to know about the actual strength of our forces which you might not be aware of. The situation seems to be quite serious if the PM has to go and see the preparation at the border, which obviously indicates that the conflict might take a serious turn at any time. So let's take the last question from the previous video and see what kind of military equipments and weapons does the China have and what do we have in response to it. People's Liberation Army of China seems stronger in number of weapons, equipments and military expenditure, but experts have a different opinion about that. Chinese PLA is as hollow and inexperienced from inside as it seems stronger from outside. China believes in quantities but not the quality. China has 3000 tanks while India has 600, which include upgraded T-90 tanks. But India and China share mostly hilly and rough borders where tanks can never be used in a combat. Most of the Chinese equipments are reverse engineered, cloned and degraded in quality. US took over 30 years to develop F-22 fighter plane, while China cloned its reverse engineered version J-20 in less than 5 years, but it never got the global respect and demand. Meanwhile, India purchases world's best quality equipments like Rafale aircrafts from France, S-400 defense technology from Russia, Chinook and Apache helicopters from USA, and anti-tank missiles from Israel. However, wars are not fought on the dependence of only weapons. In 1965, PVC Abdul Hamid shooted US-made patent tanks of Pakistan with an anti-tank gun on a jeep. Flying officer Nirmaljit Singh shooted down 2 advanced Sabre fighter jets from his G-Net aircraft, and Major Shaitan Singh with 120 soldiers defeated 3000 PLA soldiers and saved Ladakh from Chinese intrusion in 1962 war despite orders to leave the post. In 1967 clash of India-China at Nathula, China faced 340 casualties while India faced just 88. China is the least militarily experienced among the most militarized countries. Especially Chinese Air Force pilots have zero war experience, and Air Force have the capability to change the result of any war. In 1962, then PM Jawaharlal Nehru was reluctant for using Air Force because he feared from Chinese response, but China did not have any experience of using Air Force at all. However, Indian Air Force were experienced and had fought both world wars. China has not fought a single war in the last 30 years, and most importantly, it has not won any war except 1962 Indo-China War. China had to face the defeat in Korean War as well as Vietnam War, while Indian Army has a very prestigious experience of fighting and winning wars. Indian Army practices military exercises with world's most powerful countries, and Indian soldiers are also very well trained and experienced to fight on high altitudes and mountains. Indian Army is the most respectful organization in India and serves the country only, while People's Liberation Army is a party guard which forcibly recruits soldiers. Talking about the waterways, Indian Navy rules the Indian Ocean. No one can challenge us here. Indian Navy has the capability to block Chinese exports and supplies and thus cripple down its economy. Indian Navy is using aircraft carrier from last 50 years, while China had its first aircraft carrier 5 years ago. Aircraft carrier is a highly complex machinery which needs training, teamwork and experience to use it in war. China has more number of submarines than India, but in response, India has world's best submarine hunter plane P-8I. China also has more number of warships than India, but in response, India has anti-ship missiles like BrahMos. In 1962, India did not have any roads near 60 km on the Indian side of the border. But now, India has learned from that mistake and has built roads, bridges and infrastructure to respond rapidly in war situations. India also has C-130J and Chinook helicopter to airlift the supplies and artillery. So this brings us to the conclusion that, if at all the China attacks, due to our soldiers' experience in the high altitudes, we have an upper hand in the forthcoming conflict. We have an experienced Air Force against China's inexperienced one. In response to China's submarines, we have P-8I, the submarine hunter plane. In response to China's warships, we have exclusive anti-ship missiles like BrahMos. We have 50 years of experience in operating aircraft carrier, while China has been using it just for 5 years now. And on the top of everything else, to protect us all, our soldiers are standing on the border as firmly and strongly as the Himalaya itself. But what do we do as citizens? Ask this question to yourself and think about it. Let's find ways and do our bit. Jai Hind.